Joined tonight by senior football players Jon Lis and James Curley. Guys, football team 4-0 at this point in the season. How good does that feel?
Well, it feels excellent. I think Jim would agree with me. It feels great. It's the first time in a long time we've been 4-0.
It's tough to be down when you're undefeated, Yosh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as John was saying, it's been a long time. 1998 actually, since the last time the team got off to such a great start.
But who's counting?
Yeah. What would you attribute at this point in the season, you, John, on the defense, and James with the offense, for the success thus far?
I think it's been a great mixture of both. I think some games the offense has certainly stepped up and sort of saved the defenses back, and in other games the reverse of that has been true. So I think it's great we've been able to complement each other so well and just really work together as a team.
I agree with John on that, and in addition to that, maybe the communication's a lot better this year. We've just been able to know what everyone's supposed to be doing, where everyone's supposed to be. We've had to watch every game the year before we go on to the tape this year. So we watched our Amherst game last year, and people were running into each other and stuff this year. Hoping to be a lot more crisp.
Yeah, looking forward to this Saturday's game against Amherst. What's your mindset going in, knowing that they, as always, are a strong team, but this year you guys are looking great as well? Yeah,
well, I mean, it's always a tough game when you play Amherst and Williams for the Little Three. But this game, we're trying to treat it sort of the same way we've gone about the other games, sort of, business, just getting focused, getting ready for this game. Obviously, it means a little bit more, and the stage is a little bit bigger, but we welcome that, and we're really excited to play on that big stage, and we're excited for the chance to get a Little Three win.
I agree. I'd say we're a stronger team this year, and it's always a huge advantage being at home, and everyone's really amped up. I get that feeling this week. Being 4-0, more and more people are going to come, and it's just going to be a much more electrifying environment.
Through your last 4 years, you guys have seen a coaching change and really a change in the mentality and approach of the athletics department. What is that like as seniors, seeing the success that those changes have now had?
I've had it.
Well, I think first of all, it's been a very rewarding experience over these past 3 years with Coach Whalen. Certainly now that the sort of bumps in the road have been overcome, with the regime change and with the new head coach coming in, we're starting to see what Whalen's vision for this program is and the good direction it's heading. And I think we're very excited to see, what the rest of this season will hold, and also what the rest of Wesleyan's future will hold as well.
No, I agree completely. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to be a part of a winning season this year. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun to be an alumni after this. Feel bright things in the future of Wesleyan football and in the present.
Very nice. And again, building off of your senior season, going into meetings, going into practices, has there been a change in the role or the example that you try and set for the younger guys?
Yeah, with about 30 freshmen coming in and only 11 seniors, it's kind of tough not to try to have a passion to show these guys the way. And being a tone setter, it's really important to stress that going to meetings and going to film more than just once a week, which is required, is important, because going into the locker room, listening to a song, and banging your head against the wall isn't enough to win a football game. You have to know your enemy like you know yourself, Yosh. Mm. And well, these first 4 games, I feel like we've accomplished this, but this is an enemy in Amherst that we haven't even faced yet. We haven't faced anything like them, so hopefully, we're ready for them.
Yeah. I want to go back now into the beginning of your guys' football careers before you came to Wesleyan. When did you, John, first start playing football?
I started in 4th grade in Pee Wee League. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
little guy.
Beyond that, did you play middle school, high school?
Yeah, it's the youth football program in my town consisted of, I think it was 2nd grade up to just before high school. And then, of course, I played high school football, and then was recruited to play at West.
Mm-hmm. I was a wee 3rd grader, about 13 years ago, if I have it right. Played for the Milton Mustangs. We had a Pop Warner League, but then at my middle school, elementary school, we also played So kind of doing double duty there into high school. 4 years, got recruited.
Yeah, and what was that recruiting process like for you guys? Was Wesleyan near the top, or how did you end up coming here?
Well, I mean, I wasn't very heavily recruited out of high school. I was actually recruited here to play quarterback, and from high school I was a triple option quarterback, which was slightly different than the spread pass all the time offense that we ran with Coach Hauser my freshman year. But Wesleyan was certainly near the top. When I visited here, I really fell in love with the place. I felt like this was a place I could call home for the next 4 years. And looking more into what the academics were here at Wesleyan, really fit with what I was interested in and where I wanted to go. So it was just sort of all the stars aligned, and it was a good choice for me.
Just like John said, it was in my junior year. I was going to a football camp just to get ready for the senior year season, and I got a handwritten letter from a coach here saying, "We'd like you to come down and visit." And came down. School, it's a beautiful campus, hard not to love, and came down on my recruiting trip, had a blast, signed the papers. I'm all in.
John, you mentioned the academics here being a factor in your choosing Wesleyan. What has that been like, being both a player and a student through your time?
Well, I actually prefer my schedule during football season. I feel like it's more structured. I feel like I have a window in which I have to get things done, so it sort of helps keep me focused and keeps me from procrastinating. So I think it's not difficult to balance academics and football. There's plenty of time to do your work, and I really like the structure that football provides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fills that void between 4 and 7 where you just kind of slack off time, and enhancing your mind is just as important as enhancing your body in football.
Yeah, most definitely. And you use your mind quite a bit in football as well.
Yes, I'm a government major, and a lot of those things transition over.
Yeah?
Yep.
You use it on the offensive line?
Not really.
No?
No, I'm just kidding. But, it's awesome. Anyways, good stuff, learning.
Looking back on your 4 years, any particular moments on the field or with the team that stand out to you guys?
I think every win where we get to sing the fight song sort of it just puts a smile on my face when we watch the highlight film at the end of the year and they show us singing the fight song on the field. That's something certainly I'll never forget. Our sophomore year, taking Trinity into double overtime was something I'll never forget. All those wins and all the practices and just the friendships that you make playing a sport like football are just very meaningful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. There's like those rare moments in the course of these 4 years, like the games that Shea Dwyer broke his records. Just being there was incredible, and just every win is a blast. Football is one of those sports. It's not like baseball where you can come out and say, "Oh, I had a good game. I went 2 for 3." You can make every block. You can make 10 tackles, and still you have a loss. You're like, "Oh, I lost." It's devastating. So being 4-0 right now, we've been having, I don't know about you, but I'm having the fall of my life right now.
Definitely.
Everything's been 10 times more fun.
Yeah, you hear people say that football's a team sport like no other, and those relationships do last forever and are really what makes the sport what it is. So it's great to hear that from you guys. And looking towards this upcoming game against Amherst, any final thoughts on your mindset or how you're feeling going into it?
Excited. This is the kind of game once in a lifetime game for me. I've never played in the championship. I've never been 4-0, so I'm just really excited right now. And going up against this kind of opponent, which is, I don't know, what they won 2 out of the last 3 championships?
Pretty successful.
Yeah, playing against them is going to be great. Beating them would be phenomenal, and it's just going to be a blast on Saturday, time of our lives.
Yeah, these are the kind of games that, when you're recruited here, these are the kind of games that you dream about. These are the kind of games that it's so perfect. 4-0, going into homecoming, playing on your home turf against your rival, in front of a lot of fans, a lot of alumni who you played with. It's going to be unreal.
Guys, thanks for stopping by, joining us tonight. Want to wish you the best of luck in your upcoming game against Amherst, and we'll be out there cheering you on.
Thank you kindly.
It's our pleasure. Get that win.